Hey, trumpet and cornet players, Mr. Fitz here with my trumpet in my basement because it's early and I don't want to wake everybody up. All right, now, trumpet and cornet rocks, very important. All right, now we're doing line number 60. Okay, I'll play it for you first and then we're going to talk about it. All right, here goes. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and... And you say, what the heck was that, Mr. Fitz? Okay, so notice it says, draw in the missing notes for Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star before you play. All right, so what we got to do here, first of all, is we need to figure out what we're supposed to have in each measure. Now, the time signature says 2/4, and that means what? Correct. 2 beats per measure. The top number tells us the number of beats per measure. Bottom number tells us that the quarter note receives 1 beat. That's the 4th note, okay? Although we call them quarters instead of fourths. Now, in that first measure, you'll notice that you have TT. Those are what type of note? That's correct. Those are 8th notes. How long is each 8th note? If you said a half a beat each, you're correct. Just to clarify, that TT, even though they're beamed together with a little line across the top, that is, in fact, 2 separate notes. They just write them that way. All right, each 8th note is half a beat, so 1 half and a half together add up to 1. So we are missing a beat, right? Because we're supposed to have 2 beats per measure. So in that space, what we could do is we could write a quarter note, or we could write a couple of 8th notes, or we could even put in a rest, right? So then the next step here, and actually maybe this is the first step, if you don't know Twinkle Twinkle, just in case, I'm going to sing it for you. Ready? 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Okay, so I hope you like my singing. So now, so if you think about it, twinkle, then in that first measure, what do you think? What do you think what kind of notes would you have there? Okay, remember, you could have 2 8th notes, you could have a quarter note, or you could have a rest. So knowing that it goes twinkle, twinkle, my vote is that there's a pair of 8th notes that's missing there. Then the next step that you got to do is you got to figure out what it is. And this is where you need to be a detective. All right, so now with your voice, when you sing twinkle, twinkle, can you tell that the second twinkle is higher pitched? Hopefully you can, all right? So what you're going to do is you can go on an investigating time until you find what notes you think make sense in that spot, and then you're going to draw them in with a pencil, all right? And then you're going to proceed along in the same manner in the second measure, the third measure. In each measure, there's something missing, all right? And you have to figure out what it is, like what the rhythm is, and also what the pitch is. All right, so that's your job on that one. Have fun. It's good.